When you read this article from Forbes that says the Biden administration announced this week that it will pause student loan forgiveness under a key program, that makes you think that the Biden administration is doing something that's harmful to students. That somehow he's doing something that's an antithesis to what he has been doing, which has been helpful to student loan borrowers. And then it goes on, because, again, the title is Biden administration suspends student loan forgiveness processing for key programs. And you're thinking, well, if I'm getting my student loans forgiven and now I'm not, this is looking bad for Biden. This is going to be terrible for Biden. So, continuing on with the article, the suspension is part of a broader transition whereby the Department of Education will be taking over the administration, or administering as they put, of several student loan forgiveness programs from contracted loan servicers. During the pause, borrowers can submit loan forgiveness applications, but will not receive any discharges until the transition is complete. Here's what's going on, borrowers need to know. Processing pause pertains to PSLF forgiveness. Public student service loan forgiveness can provide student loan forgiveness to borrowers working in non-public or public sector jobs in as little as 10 years. Biden administration has implemented a number of significant reforms, which has resulted in hundreds of thousands of borrowers getting approved for loan forgiveness. Previously, it had a 99% rejection rate, probably because it was under Betsy DeVos, and she didn't want people getting their student loans forgiven because she was making money, I believe, if I'm remembering it correctly, off of the processing of student loans and didn't want to lose her cash cow. The biggest change, Department of Ed will be transitioning PSLF operations to its own platform from Mohila, one of its contracted loan servicers. And the transition of the PSLF program to Department of Ed Student Gov portal was long planned. So in reality, what's happening? A big nothing burger, except that what they didn't include in this was that during that process, where things are being transitioned, there was a good chunk where you didn't have to make payments at all, as they were making some changes to your account. And during that process, because I have a Mohila serviced student loan, and when you were making those changes, when they were making some changes at the beginning of the year, you didn't have to make any payments. And when they were doing those fixes on your account, those months spent in forbearance counted towards repayment. So it didn't hurt you at all, not one bit. And what the Biden administration doing here is helping you. But instead of writing the article as saying student loan forgiveness may be delayed while administration transfers processing to Department of Education servers, it just says it's suspending the student loan forgiveness processing for key program. It's making you think like you're losing access to a program when you're not. Yeah, I get it. It's clickbait, but it's BS. And here you go. You get a surprise fat man rant, I guess, because this is BS. It's a BS article written by this Adam S Minksey, who is contributing a bunch of BS, apparently, to scare student loan borrowers about, my loans aren't going to be processed, my forgiveness is not going to be processed. Look, more forgiveness has been processed, as it says later in the article, by the Biden administration than anybody else. The Biden administration has helped more student loan borrowers than any other administration ever. Ever. They should be praised. And if you're a contributor, Mr. Minksey, who's trying to help student loan borrowers, you wouldn't write a BS article like this. You wouldn't write the headline like this. You would write this article in a much more educational, informational way that would include all the facts. See.